on your right, 9-2 with Eldrazi Tron. Just happy to be here with this green-white hexproof deck.
A little Office reference for our fans at home.
Indeed. You and I are huge Office fans, so.
Medium.
I'm a huge Office fan.
I once a year I watch all of them.
I think it's the best show. I think it's the best TV show of our generation. I feel very strongly about that. Here's a Windswept Heath. Slippery Boggle in the house.
Oh, it's slippery. You can't get your hands on that bad boy.
No, you can't. You cannot. Felix will draw. I think he may have just drawn the Dustbuster. This is an Urza's Power Plant. That is another Relic. Wrong cards for the matchup, Felix. You've drawn the wrong portion of your deck. Load it up.
Yeah, let's get some enchantments on this bad boy.
Sometimes there's just so many things I love about Magic. Magic is this just very deep, complicated, hard game that requires so much preparation.
And sometimes it's not.
And then sometimes it's just, here's a stupid hexproof creature, here's a bunch of auras. Can you win? No? Awesome. Awesome, you're dead. There's a Rancor.
Keep going.
Which Umbra do you want to play, Matt? The Hyena variety. In for 4. Perfect turn. He did everything right.
Carefully planned and executed.
Just a master of his craft. As a relic will be sacrificed and exiled. Let's go back over to Felix. I think he's got the, he's missing the tower. Missing the Tower of Power so far. There's another Urza's Mine. What do we have now? An expedition map. He will no longer be missing the Tower of Power. Pass the turn back over to Matt Scott.
All right, Felix, we just need to live through this turn.
Yep. Hang on.
Yeah, Magic is so fun because it's so diverse. Like you're saying.
Spider Umbra. Any other winners? Nope, just 5, yeah. Well, it's just awesome. Like sometimes you'll play these just super deep, complex, difficult matchups. And other times it's just like, all right, I'm just going to do this, and then either you lose or I lose. So what's it going to be? It can be a very complicated game, or it can be super simple. As Felix is going to search up the Tower of Power, and now we're going to find out, do you have an Alice Dust?
Well, I also think that it's interesting that Magic, it's a game where people can play decks that match their personalities.
For sure.
Like, the more competitive players are generally just best deck or best deck for that week players. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the Boggles, the hexproof deck might not be the best deck, but you played it because you thought it was good for that event.
Yes.
But there's certain people where it's just like, yeah, like this deck matches this person perfectly.
This is what I like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's the Tower of Power. Tron is online. That's a lot of mana. Here comes.
How do we want to do it?
Is it walking? Alt you. Nope. Walking Ballista. That is a 4/4, and now he'll sacrifice the relic. Draw a card.
I don't think I like this turn.
Well, this is but a speed bump for the Boggle. Path to exile the Ballista.
Well, he's kind of asking for it. If he had an All His Dust there, that was definitely the time to play it.
Well, he must not have an All His Dust.
Okay.
That has to be the only. Like, if he has if Felix has All His Dust, and he's not casting it, I don't know what's going on.
Sure.
But if he has All His Dust, I imagine he'd be casting it. Look at Matt Scott right now. Cool, calm, collected.
It's just in control.
Yeah. I'm just ready to deal some more damage with my creature here in a minute.
Just completely in control of the game. It's like he's holding 4 cryptic commands over there.
Looking to peel an aura. Time to untap. What do we got? Well, doesn't look like an aura. It's time for some beatdowns. Yeah, I guess it's time for some beatdowns. 6 damage. Felix is at 5. Play a Temple Garden tapped.
What time is it?
You're up.
Yeah, it's always beat down o'clock.
Yeah. When I'm in the booth. Dustbuster? No, look like a tower.
Are we going to get another really big walking ballista here?
Sometimes I'm just so into doing this, which is just, I hope my opponent doesn't draw the thing that I can't beat.
Oh no, Felix, no payoff.
Beatdowns. It's just that easy. It's just that easy, folks. You see that? That's a skill game right there.
Oh, he had so much mana.
That's a skill game. Look at that smile by Matt Scott. Green-white hexproof up a game over Eldrazi Tron. Your only green-white hexproof player in day number 2 is Matt Scott. I love it. We're going to take a look at the sideboards here. We'll start with Felix.
Man.
2 Surgical Extraction, 2 Hangerback Walker, 2 Relic Progenitus, 2 Grafdigger's Cage, 2 Basilisk Collar, 2 Warping Wheel, 2 Ratchet Bomb, and Pithing Needle. Well, Felix does have some better cards to bring in.
Yeah, so I like these Hangerback Walkers. They're an earlier play for him that can block multiple times if he needs it. I like the Basilisk Collar a lot. The Lifelink and the Death Touch can both be relevant in this matchup. And the Ratchet Bomb seems great here. You only need to get it to 1, and you blow up everything out of the Hexproof deck.
For Matt Scott, he's got 4 Leonine Sanctity, 3 Rest in Peace, 3 Stony Silence, 2 Seal of Primordium, 2 Gaddock Teague, and an Aethersworn Canonist.
So I like this Gaddock Teague plan a lot. It shuts down some of the big, scary spells out of the opposing deck.
Take care of the Dustbuster.
Yeah.
It's pretty important.
A lot of these other cards are not so exciting in this matchup.
Yeah, you know, Stony Silence isn't particularly good in this matchup. You know, it can slow down Walking Ballista, and it can slow down Expedition Map. Relic Progenitus you obviously don't care about. And then maybe some stuff from the sideboard like Ratchet Bomb, but you're not excited about Stony Silence against Eldrazi Tron.
I mean, it's potentially he brings in the Seal of Primordium. He knows he's staring across the table at Chalice of the Void, potentially. Yep. Cards, the reactive cards like that are just so hard for aggressive linear strategies to sideboard into.
You don't want to dilute the deck too much.
Yeah, the problem is if the opponent doesn't draw Chalice of the Void and you do draw the Seal of Primordium, it's just so poor.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, if they draw Chalice and you don't have the Seal of Primordium, you're not playing a game of Magic anymore. So it's very possible he just has to bring them in.
Again, I do agree. So this one is nice and straightforward. This is some of the most fun you can have when you're playing Magic, depending on if you like. So some people hate this stuff. Some people love. I love this. I love this. I just love playing all-in decks sometimes. They're just like, oh, you do your thing, okay, I lose. Totally fine. Like I was playing in Grand Prix Charlotte last year after I'd won the PTQ with Boggles, and I just played against I played against elves. My opponent just drew and played a Fracturing Gust, and I was like, all right, that's that. That's fine.
All your hard work.
Yeah, just like I built like a 9/9, and now it's a 1/1, and I can't possibly win.
Yeah, and they just gained 12 life or whatever.
It's like, okay, doesn't bother me any. It's like you had a thing for the matchup. Cool, you win. Like I'm totally fine just playing like these all-in decks where if someone has something, and they're just like, I came prepared for you. It's like, well, then you deserve to beat me.
Sure.
You drew your card that you brought to beat my deck, so you win.
Well, you're seeing it from the side of the deck that's super hard for people to interact with.
Yeah.
What about the other side?
What do you mean?
Where you're like, oh, I showed up to play Magic this weekend, and I got paired against green-white hexproof.
Sucks for you, man.
Yeah, and it's just like what the heck is going on, you know?
Sucks for you. I love it. I absolutely love it. We're going to talk about the SCG newsletter real quick. It's your source for Magic the Gathering news, highlights from some of our very best articles each and every week, upcoming SCG Tour dates and locations, along with SCG IQs and game nights near you, so you can find those awesome tournaments. And we've also got the exclusive Cardboard Crack comic. Best of all, it's totally free, so head over to go.starcitygames.com/newsletter. Sign up anyway. You're going to be on the internet, and you can get some of the very best Magic the Gathering news each and every week here from SCG as we get ready here for game number 2 between Great Scott and Felix Elias. Yeah, I just love the dynamic. I've played a decent amount of all-in decks. I used to play Belcher and Legacy.
Sure.
All right, you drew Force, you win. Fine. I don't care.
You don't care.
I don't care. You win. You didn't draw Force? I win.
No, sometimes.
I win.
Sometimes you win.
It's over. I win. That's it.
That's the way the Belcher deck works?
Yes, I win.
No, that's not the way.
Game over. I win.
I think you're misconstruing that deck a little bit.
No, I win. That's it. It's all over.
All right, to our viewers at home, Cedric wins. Other people.
You don't have Force in your deck? I definitely win. I definitely win. It's awesome.
You might win.
I definitely win. If you don't have any hate for the Boggle deck, you don't have Liliana the Veil. Actually, they can kind of beat Liliana the Veil. It's not the end of the world. It's obviously really good, but not game over.
Yeah, the players who are experienced with the hexproof deck play around Lily pretty well.
Keep that fetch land up.
Yeah, the fetch land for the Dryad Arbor,
keep
or
that fetch land.
just deploying the second hexproof guy who just doesn't get any pants put on him.
Oh yeah, also a good plan.
Just the naked hexproofer.
Yeah. Throw it in the garbage as soon as they play Liliana.
He's just on the battlefield. He's waving his arms around at you. He's like, "Hey man, I want some attention too." And you're like, "No, you're just to the slaughter with this one."
Ready to die.
Yeah,
ready to die. And then sometimes there's just some decks that they don't have anything. They just don't have any stuff. So this could be a great choice because like the storied history of this deck is so interesting. Like this is the deck that Reed Duke got second place at Worlds with, where he just played this deck and no one had anything for him. So he just kind of went into easy mode. An Expedition map is where we are going to start things. Do we have a 1-drop? Wah wah. And just like that. See how things changed?
Slightly different game.
We don't have a 1-drop. Going to be tough to win. Our opponent's going to have Tron on turn 3. Just played a mine and a power plant. Already has the map.
Well, I think Felix was considering another play there, so potentially has a chalice in his hand.
Interesting.
And he's saying Tron is more important here, especially when the opponent doesn't open with a hexprover. You can afford to take that turn off.
Matt will draw. He does have a second land. Looks to be a Horizon Canopy, and now there is the Core Spirit Dancer. So let's see if this thing lives. Could be a real blast. Draw a bunch of cards, make it super big.
Yeah, what are the chances?
Pretty low. See, I don't like Core Spirit Dancer because everything has to go right.
It's pretty hopeful deploying that card.
Yeah, like legitimately everything has to go right to win with that one.
You prefer the Ledge Walker?
Yes, yes. It's called a green white hexproof. Not like green white some stuff's hexproof. I want everything to be hexproof. Reality Smasher gonna be a problem.
That's a big boy.
Yeah. Down to 14. Is there a chalice for 1 too? Ratchet Bomb. Okay. Okay.
See, this is why you put the Core Spirit Dancer in your deck.
If it does, okay, it's party time. Ooh, drew a Boggle. Griff's Boon. Draw a card. What else we got?
What else do we have?
There's a Glade Cover Scout and a Slippery Boggle in hand here for Scott. He's going to have to take 1 and fall down to 12.
Yeah, I think he's more interested in just getting as much as possible onto this Spirit Dancer.
Ethereal Armor.
And did he miss his draw trigger?
I would draw. If I were Matt, I would draw.
I think
he did not draw.
Just very focused on how much damage he's dealing here and just missed it.
A Ratchet Bomb, gonna have a counter on it now. This game's getting real tough. Down to 2. Down to 2. A Temple, a Mattery Shaper, a third game on the way.
Seems likely.
Almost certainly. Another Core Spirit Dancer.
Now, Ratchet Bomb blows up non-land permanents.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like this Spider Umbra.
Like the Spider Umbra. All right, Matt, let's draw cards. I don't think it matters.
I don't think it matters, but that's why Core Spirit Dancer's in the deck. You just get to draw cards. It's so nice. There we go.
Nailed it.
Picked up a Windswept Heath.
Well, he does have life in the reserves here.
Take 1.
No longer has life in.
Accurate. Another Spider Umbra. Really hoping that Felix misses this, I guess. Draw. All right, are you dead? Saw it. Man, this guy sees everything.
Jeez.
He sees everything.
All the angles.
Yep.
And the block. I like and the block. Matt's already picked up all of his cards. It's like, no, that's dead.
That's dead too. That's dead, and then so are you. Felix Elias is going to win game number 2 over Matt Scott. Eldrazi, Tron, Green Hexproof. Getting ready here for game number 3. We're just having some fun here in the booth. We're having a grand old time.
Well, I think they're having a good time down there.
I hope so. I do hope so.
That's why we do it, right?
Yes, absolutely. Just doing it up, giving the beatdowns. Good old green-white hexproof E-Tron. We got one green-white hexproof deck in day number 2. It's Matt Scott, and then we've got 8 E-Tron decks in day number 2.
That Ratchet Bomb looked pretty good.
Tough. They had something.
Yep.
And if they have something, it's harder to win then, correct?
It's tough to beat something.
Correct.
Yeah, the hexproof deck is soft to something.
To something, yeah. What are your bad matchups? Them having something.
Yep.
Those are the bad matchups, yes.
Anyone who remembers that this is a deck,
that's correct.
That's a problem.
That is a huge issue.
But there's definitely tons of people that don't even remember this is a deck.
For the pizza queue that I won on Magic Online, no one had anything.
Yeah, nothing.
Like, actual nothing. I just played. The PTQ was 7 rounds on Magic Online, so not even that many rounds, and then the elimination rounds, and no one had anything. No things. You know how easy it is to win when they have no things?
It's pretty easy,
Spoiler,
I think.
it's really easy if they have no things. No things.
You weren't even going to let me get that one wrong.
Spoiler.
You helped me out there. I appreciate that.
So Matt, now his opponent has things. So he needs to hope that they don't draw one of
Yes,
those
things are a problem.
Things are generally an issue. We're going to very quickly talk about our good friend Puggernaut. Vroom.
He doesn't knock at the door. He just comes right
Just
in.
right on in. Just vroom. What's going on? Playmats, sleeves, player bundles of our playful pup who will not be walled off or knock on doors. Go to StarCityGames.com/creature collection. As you can pick up these and other playmat sleeves and player bundles of our fantastic creature collection. Puggernaut available at game night as well all August long for pins and tokens. But if you're looking for playmat sleeves and player bundles, go to StarCityGames.com/creature collection is the place to go.
And need a big doggy door for that bad boy.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot. Unlike the doggy door in Scream yesterday. We watched that movie.
Oh, man, Scream was so good last night.
Easily one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
It was so good when I was 14.
It was probably good, yeah, when we were younger.
Well,
It was a painful watch last night, how bad it was.
you didn't enjoy that?
I enjoyed it insofar as, like, it's funny how bad it is.
Well,
but it wasn't meant to be that campy back then, I don't think.
No, it wasn't.
I think it was meant to be scary.
I don't know. I had trouble evaluating movies very well when I was 14.
Likewise.
But yeah, to me it was the nostalgia that I enjoyed.
Okay.
You know, I just remembering being young and being, freaked out by this movie that is now just so ridiculous. And someone tweeted at us that, the internet has basically ruined everything.
It's ruined everything and made everything great.
Yes.
That's what it's done.
But, like, you can see just awful things every second of the day on the internet. And so a bad, scary movie just doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah. That's totally true.
You're just like, oh, no, there's so much to be scared of in real life.
Like, when I was watching it, I was like, I thought this was scary when I was younger.
Oh, I really enjoyed it last night.
I thought it was scary and more realistic. And instead, someone gets stuck in a garage door.
Crawling through a doggy door.
Crawling through a doggy door is their only escape? The Puggernaut wouldn't be stupid enough to drive through, and that's a made-up thing? I just couldn't believe what was going on.
The super powerful garage door that almost chops her in half.
Yeah, it's totally fine. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
The TV falls on someone's head and then proceeds to electrocute them over and over.
That's correct. Just it wouldn't stop electrocuting them at any point. Just kept going until the movie ended.
That's exactly how I see that going down in real life.
For sure. Just Ryan, if Ryan Overturf's watching, he's probably so mad right now because he's like, Scream is awesome.
No, I really enjoyed it.
It's so bad. Come on.
You like really bad movies.
I love horrible movies, but I like horrible movies that are bad intentionally. Like the Fast and the Furious, it doesn't take itself serious. It's definitely bad on purpose. I think Scream was trying to be good.
I was good in his day.
Ugh. Slippery Boggle's good right now. Load it up. Load it up.
And Felix, without the turn 1 map, he's got to hope he just has Tron au Natural.
Chalice would be good. Ratchet Bomb would be, something, as we've been over.
Yeah.
Something would be good.
Spells.
Yeah.
Hopefully Felix showed up with spells if he wants to win this matchup.
See, does Matt have some enchantments, or is he going to go this core Spirit Dancer route?
Does he have some enchantments? Or is he just attacking for 1 a turn?
Well, 1 a turn it is. You're up.
19 more turns.
Playing for the long game. Green-white hexproof specialty. That's a game.
Well, there would still be some cantripping going on, right?
There can be.
As long as Matt remembers some triggers.
Gaddock Teague.
Little late.
A touch. Let's take a look at Gaddock Teague, the legendary Kithkin. We might be just going au naturel beatdowns.
Yeah, just diversified threats here.
Get the Dryad Arbor with the Misty.
A little more power on the battlefield.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like Felix is taking an extra look at the Gaddock Teague.
Non-creature spells with X in their mana cost can't be cast. So Walking Ballista is still very live.
Sure. So can't cast Chalice of the Void anymore.
Can't cast the Dustbuster.
You know, so Matt doesn't have to worry about Chalice of the Void anymore.
Yeah.
At least not additional copies.
That's true.
In the clear there.
That's good. We'll see if he can beat the one that's on the battlefield. And we'll see what Felix has, if anything.
Gaddock Teague does seem pretty good here, but
I think it's good in the matchup. You know, read this one more time, make sure he knows how this works. You can definitely play Walking Ballista, and it will definitely be good. Hangerback Walker, also a problem. Should just have 1 counter, I think.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, he was being pretty optimistic there with the 2 counters.
All right, let's untap. Matt'll draw. Now we gotta do the Chalice test. Here we go, Griff Spoon. Okay, still gonna get to draw a card.
Oh, and the ability, he can play that out of the graveyard.
You saw it.
Dang! We found a way to get through.
Mm-hmm. So Core Spirit Dancer is actually like kind of good right now against Chalice of the Void.
In a weird way.
In like this, yeah, in a very weird roundabout way, it's good. Because Scott can now play another Core Spirit Dancer and play another Aura and draw 2 cards.
Yeah, be able to cycle through his deck and maybe find some more 2 casting cost spells.
Exactly. So here's an attack for 3. Spirit Dancer, pass the turn back.
If he gets the Griff Spoon out of the graveyard, then he can start casting Daybreak Coronets on something.
Yeah, that's the backdoor route.
It's a little slow.
A touch. Is this Thought Knot Seer? It is. There's a land, and there's an Aura that got removed. I believe it was a Spider Umbra. Now let's go over to Matt Scott. He'll draw. There's a land, and we're going to take a look at Griff Spoon here real quick, see if Scott knows that he can go this direction, but he's going to start by sacrificing the Horizon Canopy. Griff Spoon does have this ability from the graveyard as there's a 3rd Core Spirit Dancer. Hangerback Walker's going to go up to 2. Griff Spoon on screen, GRYFF. So you can return it for 4.
Yeah, you're not casting it.
You're
That's
not
the
casting
key.
it, yeah. And you can only activate it as a sorcery, obviously, but I don't know if Scott has actually used that ability over the course of the tournament. He's going to really need to have to move that direction real soon here because he's getting beaten down now by Thought Knot Seer and Reality Smasher. He's going to block, definitely not trade, block the Thought Knot Seer. And he's going to sacrifice. Yeah, so he clearly doesn't know.
Yeah,
he can get Griff Spoon back. Oh my goodness, he just drew a Coronet too. This is insane.
Yeah, it's possible he thinks that it's casting it out of the graveyard.
Yeah.
In which case, it would get countered by the Chalice, and he couldn't cast it because of Gaddock Teague.
Yep.
But no, it's an ability that you activate out of the graveyard.
Yeah, and if he doesn't know that he can do that, then there's just I don't think there's any way for him to win this game, unfortunately, because he's going to be going on chump blocking mode and all of that stuff here in just a moment. But if he had known about the Griff Spoon ability to bring it back from the graveyard, he puts it on a Core Spirit Dancer. That gets bigger. Then you put the Daybreak Coronet there, and he can probably just win the game outright that way.
Yeah, he's got a big life-linking, flying, vigilance.
First strike.
First striking.
Yeah.
A lot of abilities.
Oh, yeah.
It attacks, it blocks.
And Gaddock Teeg shuts off Felix's best ways to get out of the situation.
Yep.
Which is all his dust. So you'd actually have him in like this weird mini-lock. But unfortunately for Scott, he doesn't see the ability to do that. So I'm not sure there's a way for him to get back into this one. I think he just wants to block Reality Smasher here. Or not, Thought Knots here, excuse me.
Yeah.
The one without trample, excuse me. There you go.
He figured it out.
Yeah. So he's going to take 5, 6, 7, 8. He's going to fall down to 1. And now this is a 1. Things are getting harder.
Yes.
And that's going to do it. Felix Elias is going to win this match over Matt Scott 2-1. Eldrazi Tron going to sneak by Green-White Hexproof. Unfortunately for Scott, not terribly familiar with how Griff Spoon can work from the graveyard. Otherwise, I think he might be the one who's the victor in this match.
It would have been interesting.